I just said, well, we can just live off my credit cards and for a couple of weeks until.
What did you understand that he did?
He is a superintendent for a light rail company.
Over what period of time were these charges incurred?
From the end of January through the end of June.
You guys didn't pay the phone bill any of this time?
I did. I paid it every month, so it's not, hasn't accrued that balance.
Well, you put it on credit card.
Well, Your Honor, when we got the cell phones together, he signed an agreement that he would pay the
Ms.
cell
Holly,
phone.
I think she wants to pass something up to the court.
He agreed that he would pay the cell phone charges.
Thank you, Ms. Holland.
And so I was paying it with my credit card because I didn't have income at the time.
Hold on, one other thing. I need the two Visa account. You did what now?
I paid for the cell phone on my credit card until Ron could get employed again and pay me back, and he agreed that he was going to pay me back.
Were you employed at this time?
No.
All right. Let's go to the defendant. Sir, how say you?
First of all, we met in Salt Lake City. She didn't come out there with me. I went home first. Later on, we started talking on the phone. She came out to meet me for a week. And then I asked her, do you want to come back out and stay with me? So she said yes. But I was not going to go start a company just right then and there. I was living in Portland because that's where my work was at. So anyway, she comes out, starts living with me, which I'm paying all her expenses, okay? She's not paying rent, she's not paying food, she's not paying anything. Now, her credit card bill, I don't remember her buying anything with a credit card until we went to San Francisco, in which I told her I didn't want her charging anything on the card. I didn't want her doing anything because something could happen, okay? Now, I was getting paid $60 a day per diem to go to San Francisco and do this job. And she goes, well, I'll find a room for her. She found a room which was more expensive because she wanted high-speed internet and also the crap. The room's only $69. I'll pay the rest. Fine. Well, we get to San Francisco to do this. Out of the blue, she tells me, why don't you just go visit your wife? I think maybe you guys can't get together. Why she said that, I don't know. Okay, so I go see my wife and kids, and she says, here's a car to go do it. Now, when I get back, she's already on the internet talking to all these guys on the internet and stuff, right? Oh, I said, what the hell? So the next weekend, she's got to go back to Salt Lake City. She's got this flight she's got to catch. I'm trying to get to how she's thinking here. I drop up at the airport. She asked me not to use the car to go see my wife again. Well, I figured, hell, she's gone for the weekend. I did anyway, okay? I went down there. As soon as she found out, I don't know where she got the money to divert a flight from Salt Lake back to San Francisco, but she got it from Salt Lake to L.A. and then over to Santa Maria, a little puddle jumper, which must have cost a fortune, and takes the car from me. So I'm stranded down in Santa Maria. I got no way to get back to work.
Was it your car?
It was her car. Well, she took it back, and I was without transportation back to work. I lost the job. Therefore, didn't get the per diem.
That's not her fault. That's your fault. You can't rely on her to give you transportation.
Well, I can't. Well, then how much? If I lost the job, I couldn't rely on me to pay the hotel bill and the per diem because there was no per diem coming in.
Why did you take the car back from you then?
I don't know. Fight. Okay. And the telephone bill. Look, the original agreement, as you read, there was $55 a month. Now, she said she paid the first two bills this and that. I gave her money, but see, I didn't, like a dummy, I gave her cash money, and she put it, yes, she paid it with her car, but with the money, she could have put it back into her card. You know what I'm saying? She's got proof. I got all this money I've been paying her, and she's not saying anything about that, okay? And as far as expenses in San Francisco, how could you incur that many expenses in 2 weeks? I don't care if I was eating lobster every night, it would be that much money. She's a gold digger, and she just wants to get the most she can for what she came out with nothing, and she's leaving with all this, and I think it's crap.
Well, what she's claiming you owe,
Oh,
Chris's Club in Vallejo, California.
Chris's Club.
Took one of your contacts to dinner, that's $68. Stan's Grocery and Liquors in Mill Valley, California, $19.
How do I know she wasn't buying shampoo or something for herself? If I was took a list there,
Safeway store in San Francisco, $18.97. BigZoo.com Corporation.
What the hell is that?
$10. Return check charge, Ron's bounce check designs, that's $20. Good Earth Natural Food,
I didn't have money in that
$9.78. Lowe's, $350.70. What was that for?
That was for
$3.70.
grinder machine that,
$350.
For what?
for some machine that you wanted to
She's
make
talking to
furniture out
me,
of.
excuse me. What was that for?
That was for a machine he wanted to build furniture that he built in the garage. He would go out and build
Okay,
furniture.
Albertsons, $2.99, Albertsons, $2.
Wait a minute. What machine? I don't even know it.
Don't interrupt. I'll come back to you. 3560 staff of L. I don't know what that is.
Hell, I don't even know what these places were at.
Would you please hold this down?
Well, I don't even know where half these places are at. She must have been the wrong guy. She's going to Who Songs or wherever.
Wasn't that in the right period of time?
Well, you know, I can't recall half those charges.
But you're
charge,
telling me
am I going to charge for every time
But
she's
you're
turned
telling
around?
me she's doing something absolutely preposterous. She's
Exactly.
incurring all of these charges so she can retrieve her car. that you
Exactly.
have.
She came and got it. Yep.
She ain't got it. Wouldn't she come and get a car? What's so extravagant about that?
Well, why would she have to? She even came back a day early just because she found out I was there at my ex-wife's house just to piss me off. She didn't care the weekend before I took it down there, and I come back, she's talking on the internet to all these people, all these other guys and stuff. It's just her
Well, you're down there talking to your wife.
She said she's the one that set it up. I had no
Say that?
intention.
His wife called me and told me that the kids were, she had 3 kids with her, that they were really missing their daddy.
You called her.
She called me. Ron gave her my cell phone number. He called me, all sweet and kind with me, and tells me how sad the kids are and how much they really miss their daddy. And I'm thinking, you know, if this was a single woman, I'd say, forget it, you left him. But when you have 3 kids involved, I don't want to be responsible for breaking that kind of thing.
Oh, so you come and get the car because you pissed off because I'm down there, but you don't want to be responsible. You know, all this
She
is
just
a
said
big
she didn't want to break up
story.
your happy home. She didn't want to have it on
You know,
her
there wasn't a happy home there anyhow, and I don't know what she's making herself look good over all this whole thing, because that ain't the way it's going down. It might sound that way, but you know what? That was not the intention.
How did it go down?
I don't know where the game is.
She just decided she was tired of it, so she decided to bail out.
Bail out? I wish she would have, but she didn't bail out right then and there.
What did she do?
They kept on going. Instead of going home after we split up there, she goes back to my house in Portland, and she's living there again. Well, I get home to San Francisco. What the hell are you doing here?
When you found her at your house, what did you do?
I don't know what I was going to do.
Did you throw her on out the front
Threw
door?
her out the front door.
You mean you didn't even take time out to comfort her after a long journey and give her a warm night?
No. It sure wasn't worth all the money she wants, I'll tell you that.
Judge Joe Brown will continue, and later today.
I heard dogs barking at the time.
We're back. Judge Joe Brown, the plaintiff in this case, says during her brief affair with the defendant, she put bills to start up their new lives together. He decided he wanted his old life with his wife, and the plaintiff was left with bills.
Come on, you'd had enough.
You know, there was too many charges there. I don't even know what the hell of it half of it is. Like, it's not right.
Well, I mean, some of it, the Exxon, whatever.
What is that?
It's just $5. She's not hitting you with everything.
$5 for what?
I mean, but on the other hand, over here, you want to itemize every little thing you spent
That's
on
what
him?
I'm talking about.
For health food? Why should he pay for that?
Because that was food that we were eating while he was not working.
Well, I mean, if you two want to split everything up, why don't you do it 50-50?
Your Honor, I let him know that if we're traveling and moving around at your job, I'm not going to really have a source of income. We discussed it.
Yeah, but then I didn't mean to pay a rotating account here where, you know, I could never catch up. You know, I paid plenty already. I mean, hell, I'll never end up paying this woman.
This is amazing.
Even if the original contract of that phone, $55 a month.
I'm adding up. Hold on a second. So, who charged this Southwest Airlines ticket? That you or him?
That was for him.
Me? When?
It was from Portland to Salt Lake City one way, so he could drive back with me.
Mutual convenience. Okay, I've gone through this whole bloody thing. I've added it up, with the exception of some things like paying off a return check of his, some stuff like that. I think what the best thing to do is for you two, since you had a joint venture going, is just split it down the middle. I'm getting $1,684. Cell phone bill, there is an agreement on this. I have $283 approximately that he would owe you for this period of time we have in question. And when we divide the rest of the stuff in half for this joint venture, the total comes to $2,007.64. Let's make it $2,010 even. That'll be your judgment plus the court costs. What I have said often in the past, when you pay to play and it doesn't work out, don't weep and moan and then try to call it a loan. Judgment accordingly, $2,010 on the card.
Court is in recess. Ma'am, you may follow me out the door.
Maybe you both had some bad judgment in this and you both share the responsibility.
He was staying in that hotel for his work. He was paid per diem for it.
But I
He
would have
pocketed
paid
the
more
per
for
diem.
diem if you went to left
Okay,
the car.
let me ask you this, because you just said that you would have been paid more per diem.
Yeah, if
Had you
went
not,
to get the car and took off with it, and I lost my job.
did you not say in court, I wanted to take the car, I didn't have permission, I went ahead and did it?
Yeah, but I didn't think to act this way.
You took the car and you didn't have permission.
But she gave permission the weekend before, right?
That doesn't mean you have permission that
I thought it
weekend.
was just a game on her part. You really don't know this woman, okay?
You're a fast talker, aren't you? And now we're on to the next case.